These tips are what helped me pass my classes. No phone, no social media, there will be consequences, so mas nakaka-motivate mag-aral. Hey, it's Ellie, welcome back to my channel! And today I will be doing a very highly requested video by you guys. Today I will be talking about effective study tips for nursing and for any course really. So I actually put a poll up on my Instagram story, and if you haven't followed me on there yet, please go follow me right now. I asked you guys if you wanted to see my personal study routine or if you guys just wanted general study tips that you can use. But the results were actually all over the place, so I just decided to do general study tips that I actually use. So then we get the best of both worlds. You get the best of both worlds. If you are watching this right now and you don't know where that's from, you are way too young. Now, a little disclaimer, when I say effective study tips, I mean that these tips are what helped me pass my classes. These tips do not guarantee that you will become an honor roll student, a top student, or that you'll graduate as valedictorian. These tips are simply to help you better your study habits. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so before we study, the first thing that a lot of people like to do is to turn on music. So a couple of tips when it comes to this. First, do not play music that has any words, any lyrics. Baka mamaya habang nag-aaral ka, mapaparenegade ka dyan. Oh. Do play instrumental, chill, and light music. I personally suggest chill lo-fi hip-hop. You can find this on YouTube or Spotify. Most of the time, I personally do not play music, and I will explain to you why in just a second. So tip number 1 is plan and prioritize. So now that we've switched to online classes and requirements, the first thing that I do before studying is checking my class group chat on Messenger as well as Moodle, and I just kind of read through in case I missed any tasks or topics that I need to review. At the same time, I update my calendar and my to-do list to make sure that I won't miss anything that needs to be done. If you guys want to see the apps that I use as well as my organization system when it comes to school requirements, just comment it down below and I just might make a video about that. So once my calendar and to-do list is updated, I decide which tasks to prioritize. Now this all depends on you and your personal preference. You can choose to do the easy stuff first and the hard stuff later, or vice versa, but do know that there are consequences if you do not use your time wisely. I personally like to do the easy tasks first so I can really take my time when it comes to the hard tasks. For example, if I have a ton of assignments from different subjects and a quiz to study for tomorrow, I like to get the assignments done right away so I can really take my time to study for the quiz. This is just what I like to do personally, but like I said earlier, this all depends on your personal preference. Like I said, if you do not use your time wisely, there will be consequences, so I'm here to share with you my number 1 productivity hack. The Pomodoro technique. Now, you may have heard this before. You use this to be more productive, focused, and efficient when it comes to finishing your tasks. Now, how does it work? First, you pick a task, whether it's finishing an assignment or studying for an exam or a quiz. Next, you get a timer and you set it for 25 minutes. Now, without any distractions, do your task and just that task alone. No phone, no social media, nothing that isn't related to that task. Now, once your 25 minutes is over, you can take a break for 5 minutes. It's really not recommended to use your phone during that break, but I'm gonna be honest, I cannot help it. I am way too easily distracted. Now, after your 5-minute break, you repeat that same cycle 3 more times, which is a total of 4 cycles of the Pomodoro technique. Just in case you guys didn't get the math, that is 4 cycles, 30 minutes each, which is equal to 2 hours of pure productivity. You can use this not only in your studies, but also in your daily tasks and chores. So some options for timers that you could use are your phone, Pomodoro apps such as these, and my personal favorite, real-time study with me videos. The videos already include a Pomodoro timer, and it feels like I have to study harder because the person on the screen is really focused. In other words, parang nakaka-pressure kasi yung tao sa harap mo sobrang focus sa ginagawa nila, so mas nakaka-motivate mag-aral. Lately, I've been watching Ate Shane Uy, one of my favorite med student YouTubers, so go check out her study with me video. I'll link it down below. So besides our textbooks, our teachers can give us PowerPoints or we take notes from their lectures. I really suggest typing up your notes during the lecture because by the time it's over, you already have a reviewer. I kind of learned the importance of this a little bit late, so as early as now, do it. So once I have a PowerPoint or a transcript reviewer, I go through it once and highlight all the topics, the subtopics, and important terms. This kind of just like lays out everything that I need to read so I won't miss anything. So after that, I go through it one more time to make marks. So these are usually underlining and encircling. I underline the full meaning and then I encircle 1 or 2 words that can be my key term to help me memorize these meanings. Now after that, I go through it one last time to make annotations. Annotating means that you're adding notes or comments about a certain topic. For me, annotating shouldn't be just repeating whatever your reviewer said. Your annotations should be a different way of explaining the topic. It has to be in your own words and in a way that you understand it. This may seem like a lot, but once you learn how to manage your time and use the Pomodoro technique, it will be a breeze. Tip number 4 is repetition. This can also be known as active recall, and this helps you strengthen your memory. This is what helps your brain retain information. Now to practice this, I like to use Quizlet. Quizlet is basically an online flashcard website which you can access on your laptop or as an app on your phone. It's pretty simple. All you do is enter the term or the question on one side and then the definition or the answer on the other side. I usually type the flashcards on my laptop and then I study them on my phone. What I like about Quizlet is that you have so many different modes to study these flashcards. You can study them as regular flashcards that you just flip. You can play a matching game with these terms. You can take a mock test which asks you about the terms as a written question, multiple choice, or true or false question. But I think the best feature is the learn option, which is where repetition really plays its role. It asks you about all the terms in different ways: written, flashcard, multiple choice, but even if you get it right, the same question will still pop up until it decides that you have mastered that term. And by the end of that, you will have memorized all of the terms. Trust me, whenever I do this before a quiz or an exam, I feel so confident and I am 100% sure that I will pass. I suggest that you make flashcards after every lecture so by the time it's exams week, all of your flashcards are ready to be studied. Now my last tip for you, tip number 5, is to make condensed notes. Now this tip is optional, but I do find it really effective, especially before a quiz or an exam. Condensed notes are basically just writing terms and their meanings in the shortest way possible. It can be written as symbols or keywords that really help you remember the term. I usually write this on a small piece of paper so that all the information is just in one place. This is so much easier to look at rather than flipping through a bunch of pages from your reviewer. This also kind of helps build a word bank in your mind so that while you're taking an exam or a quiz, you have all the possible answers memorized. So those are my top 5 tips for effective studying. If you guys try these tips, please comment down below how that turned out for you guys. And if you know anyone who might find this video helpful, please go and share this with them. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and a few updates about my social media. I now have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, which are all under the username heyyyitsely with 3 Y's. I'm Ellie. Don't forget to keep it simple. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!